Hey guys, it's your Jedi Lex, and from August 8th through the 10th, I attended Rebel Scum Con in Frisco, Texas. Here's my Day 3 recap. Tony texted me early that morning and told me that Katee Sackhoff was signing, even though we'd been told that she wouldn't be signing until after the Sackhoff show. I rushed to get ready, headed downstairs to join him in line, and ended up getting my plaque signed and a photo with her. Day 3 was absolutely packed with next-level cosplay, and the droids were everywhere, rolling through the convention halls, interacting with the fans, and completely stealing the show. My favorite cosplay of the entire day had to be this absolutely amazing Admiral Ackbar. The craftsmanship was unreal. Every detail from the skin texture to the uniform was spot on. It genuinely felt like I was standing face to face and having a conversation with a real Mon Calamari. I then went with Ricky to pick up his commissioned sketch card from Tom Hodges. He had asked for an Episode 2 Anakin since Attack of the Clones is his favorite movie, and it came out phenomenal. This was Ricky's reaction to seeing his sketch card for the first time.
You wanted Anakin Episode 2, right?
Yep. Ooh, look at that. And in color. Ooh, look at the Padawan braid. Let's go. Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Yep.
A bunch of us then ended up at Shane Molina's booth, and let me tell you, his art is so impressive. It's high quality, eye-catching, and really draws you in. One of the coolest things about Shane's work is how he blends his Hawaiian lifestyle into many of his pieces, giving them a really unique and personal touch. Tony couldn't resist and grabbed one of his Darth Plagueis prints. He actually had both a masked and unmasked version, and they both looked amazing. I couldn't pass up the Shadows of Tano print. I'm such a huge Ahsoka fan, and this piece also really reminded me of the 20th anniversary Lucasfilm poster that I got at Celebration earlier this year. It just felt like the perfect piece to add to my collection and a great way to remember this convention. We then went to the Force Unleashed reunion panel with David Collins and Sam Witwer, hosted by Will Diamond or Will of the Force. Here are some of the highlights.
Ooh, that music. Ladies, gentlemen, and droids alike, almost 2 decades ago, the men here to speak with you today were pivotal in creating a game we all love called The Force Unleashed. These icons have a list of Star Wars work, and if I read it all, we'd be here till tomorrow, quite frankly. 2 men who would be first ballot selections if they ever made a Star Wars Hall of Fame. When the 16s are down, they walk from here. Please give it up for the voices of Proxy and the Secret Apprentice, Mr. David W. Collins and Mr. Sam Witwer.
Twitch stream?
It is from the Twitch stream.
Darth Vader Secret Apprentice. That was This was us walking the streets of San Francisco. Sometime around the launch of the first game. Yeah, that was our useful feedback. Oh, can we show you the theme? Sure, yeah, show it to us. Yeah. Oh, cool, let's create some lyrics for it. Yeah, that's right. Definitely.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here to talk about a game that this whole room loves and a whole lot of other Star Wars fans love, Force Unleashed 1 and 2. To kick off our reunion, our trip down memory lane, I'm actually going to give this to you, David. I would love for you to open this up. This is, I want you to see it first before Mr. Witwer.
I love that you introduced this like nearly 2 decades ago. I'm like, no!
Wait.
What the?
Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing.
What's that?
We have a second one.
Oh no. How did you do this?
eBay is a magical place.
Oh my God. And then Amy Beth Christensen draws this picture of concept art for Darth Vader's Secret Apprentice. And I looked at it and I was like, dun, 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 dun. But you had, I mean, before this, I mean, you had longer hair and like, you know,
Shaved it off, and then she painted a picture of a dude with a shaved head. It looked very much like that. Not entirely like. I mean, like she didn't make the facial features terribly specific, but it looked like that.
And so my boss, Dara O'Farrell, who is, if you look him up, he's a legend in Star Wars video games and LucasArts adventure games. You know, he was letting me voice direct. I'd done like Revenge of the Sith or something. And anyway, I didn't want to bother him yet again with, hey, I've got this actor that's really great. But then he comes to me and he's like, did you see that picture of that concept art of The Secret Apprentice? And I said, yeah. He goes, that looks like your buddy. And I said, I know, right? That looks like my buddy. And he's like, yeah, all right, do this. Give him a call and get his headshot resume and just get it with a slip in the pot. And what was great was Sam, you had just done Battlestar, you had just done Dexter, and this happened to be the vice president of LucasArts' two favorite shows at the time. And I think you were in Always Sunny with Glenn too, and he loved that show. And like, so when he saw your resume, he's like, get him in, bring him in. And we auditioned you in October of 06.
And my whole thing with the audition, I go in and I see the concept art, and I'm like, oh, I guess, yes, that does actually look like me. And I saw a bunch of Lucasfilm people looking at me and looking at the concept art and looking at me. So I thought that was a good sign. But then there was the bad sign. The bad sign was this. The audition signs didn't really suggest a type of character. They were good, but you know, some lines tell you what kind of guy you're playing, and some lines you can read them 50 different ways. So I said, guys, how do you want me to read this? I can read this. Who's this guy? I can read him 50 different ways. And the director goes, which must have been Dara, I guess.
It was Dara.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, and Hayden, I felt like Hayden was there. Hayden, I think, said it was on tape. Was he there? I thought Hayden was there.
I thought he was there.
Yeah.
It was Matt Arnick, the art lead.
Matt was up there, yeah. And so, you know, he said, yeah. I said, this could be read 50 different ways in terms of who this guy could be. And he said, go ahead, then read it 50 different ways. I'm like, well, okay. And so a normal audition, you go in, you say, hi, how's it going? And maybe you act for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and then you leave. I was acting for 45 minutes in that room, doing the scenes over and over and over and over again. And one in particular, there was a scene where Starkiller is meditating. He's meditating and he's assembling his force, assembling his lightsaber with the force. And when I was meditating, I did the scene different every time, different types of characters. But I started the scene the same every time, which was, I was like, my fists were, you know, it was white knuckling it, and I looked all tense when I was meditating like this, and my whole body was tense. And then I'd come out of it and I would do it different. Eventually, and it was either Dara or Hayden. I think it was Hayden. I feel like it was Hayden. He goes, Sam, you know, you did it different every time, but I'm confused. You did the meditation part the same every time. You were really tense. I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? He's meditating. I'm like, why are you so tense in the meditation? And I said, he doesn't know how to do that. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, when would Vader have taught anyone how to meditate? That is not in his best interest. This guy's doing what he thinks meditation is, and he's trying to make the pieces go together. And I was talking, sort of going off on this tangent, and I saw people behind the glass, Lucasfilm people go. And I was told by Hayden, like, that was when everyone was like,
that was it.
That guy?
Yeah, that was it.
He's a Sith, yeah.
You put a lot of thought into it, and that 45-minute audition, it was like an audition and a callback and a second callback and a screen test all in one.
Yeah.
And I was reading across from you because I was reading across from everyone that had auditioned, and there were some really good auditions, there were some really not good auditions. There was nothing like Sam's audition. It was like an instantaneous, like we had to go back and we had to show it to everybody and get it, but we all knew. I remember calling you secretly in the cab on the cab ride to the airport, going, I can't really talk right now, but
well, I'm just thinking, like, I hope I didn't embarrass my friend. All of his coworkers, you know.
Oh my God. So then after that, no one believed that I knew you, which kind of worked to our advantage. So they're like, he's amazing. You don't know what this is. Get back and make your sounds. You know, it was pretty great. What's the name of the game? And everyone went, Force Unleashed. What's the name of the game?
Force Unleashed.
Who are you?
Starkiller.
No, Starkiller wasn't a thing. More on that later. Starkiller's nothing. Darth Vader's Secret Apprentice.
Darth Vader's Secret Apprentice.
What's the main gameplay?
Kicking ass with the Force.
And what's the theme of the story?
Redemption.
That's it. Once a week, we all did it like to just stay focused on the same thing.
Which in the original script, Proxy, like every 5 seconds was trying to kill you. In the original script, Proxy makes like 8 attempts on your life in the original script. And I remember one of my favorite ones was this. And this was cut from the, I believe we shot this, but this was cut from the game. Proxy, at some point, dark room, and Proxy steps forward, and Starkiller's like tired, and he's like, oh, okay, Proxy, does it have to be right now? Okay, all right, what do you got? He's going for his lightsaber. Okay, what do you have? And walking out of the darkness is Anakin Skywalker. And Starkiller just goes, I don't know if I'm aware of this one. Well done, Proxy, okay. And he lights up his lightsaber, unaware that this is his master. This is Darth Vader. He has no idea. And at that point, me and David, and they were trying to shoot other things at the time, me and David are like, wait a second, let's talk this over. If Vader, listen to me. David, if Anakin Skywalker and his fighting style is programmed into this droid, and he was kept separate from Starkiller, that would seem that is a significant model that can only really mean that Vader built Proxy the same way he built 3PO. And then if he built Proxy, he would have had to train against all of the holographic Obi-Wans and different Jedi, blah, blah, which means he would have tested the Anakin program. Vader fought Anakin. And we're like, oh my God, Vader fought Anakin.
And then so Dara's like,
Guys, keep it down.
We're shooting!
We're shooting. Shut up. We were like,
literally, okay, just like, what if this is just, you guys, seriously, we're gonna kick you out of the room. We're like, oh, we're sorry, Dara, sorry.
But did you think about the fact that Vader built Proxy and that he actually fought Anakin Skywalker?
Okay, we'll talk about it. That happened. First week of shooting.
But yeah, eventually what happened is that Proxy started making us all laugh a lot. And then there were all these whispers of like, do you think maybe it's just David? And then there were more talks of, do you think it's David? And then eventually people were going up to Hayden. Like I remember going up to Hayden, and I was not the only one. People were now going up to Hayden Blackman from the team, going, do you think maybe it's just David? And eventually I went to Hayden, and my argument was this. I'm like, look, I know the people you want to hire, or the person you're targeting for Proxy, but can I be honest, you're just going to get that person into a studio, and then you're going to direct them to do what David is already doing. So does that seem like a good expenditure of time? Does it seem wise? And then I also said, Anthony Daniels was never supposed to be the voice of 3PO. He was on set, and he was delivering the performance, and he was creating the chemistry with Luke and, R2-D2. But Lucas was always like, I'm going to get like Richard Dreyfuss or something, I don't know. And eventually the voice actors that came in were like, George, the actor that's in the suit actually sounds pretty right. No, Richard Dreyfuss stuff. And eventually George conceded that like this version of Anthony Daniels was 3PO. The same thing had happened with Proxy. So I said that to Hayden, like, history is repeating itself. Just give it to David. I mean, is it working? Oh yeah, it's kind of working. Well then, why don't we keep it working? Instead of, we might really shoot ourselves in the foot if we go in any other direction. And everyone really got to like each other too, that was the thing.
Yeah.
The whole crew and the cast and everyone was like, we were having fun. We were hanging out with our buddies. I'll never forget, Dara O'Farrell was the guy who directed most of the scenes. And Dara O'Farrell, his name is spelled D-A-R-R-A-G-H. D-A-R-R-A-G-H, because it's Irish. Dara's from Ireland. So I'll never forget, they had a pronunciation guide on the wall. So every time you walked into the studio, there was Shock T, Kazdan Paratus. And then there were all these Star Wars names, different characters and stuff like that, and then eventually someone wrote on the bottom of the sheet, then they put Dara's name, Dara, D-A-R-R-A-G-H, and then they broke it down. Daragaha. So, Shakti is Shakti. Dara, Daragaha.
Nicknames were pretty common at LucasArts back then, so yeah, we always had nicknames for each other. Yeah, they called me James Mason for some, I don't know why. And so Dara was like, Daragaha.
If Proxy was bald,
and went up against Maul, who would make it out?
Maul, probably.
Yeah.
Maul. Right? Was that?
But that could mean anything.
Sequence of Maul?
No, that could mean anything. Well, they're both Maul, aren't they?
No. I mean, I think my understanding is that Proxy was, I mean, again, this is, a stretch of the imagination, but his skeleton would change size. And it would. You saw Proxy's skeleton shifted when he turned into Vader to communicate with Starkiller, which was so cool.
But he's force pushing. There's got to be some sort of. I remember being like, there's repulsor tractor beam technology in this droid. It's very advanced. Anakin, he's tractor beam. He had a trackball in his bedroom, by the way.
Very expensive droid.
Yeah, he knows how to build droids. So yeah, this is a custom job that he probably spent way too much time tinkering on in Mustafar.
Thank you for indulging me in that wonderful thought I've had for a long time.
Speaking of gross, apparently, and you can straighten me out on this, they were all, having their sort of review with George, and George is looking at the Secret Apprentice and going, okay, so what's his name? Well, we don't really have a name for him. He has a code name. It's Starkiller. How come he's not Darth something? And they're like, well, he's not really a Sith. Why don't you, he's kind of, icky and he's just running around all crazy. Why don't you just call him Icky Insanity? Icky Insanity.
That's a true story. He was like, I had the Starkiller script on my desk in those early days, and he goes, I don't know if that was part of it or why, but I know that the Starkiller name was floating around, but it was never official. I remember all the conversation was about, I never wanted this for you. Never wanted any of this for you. I'm sorry, Jacob. Which is how the line was in the game forever. His name was Jacob. And we're like, Jacob? And he's like, well, look, you got Luke, you got Ben, you got Jacob's fine, it's fine, And I was waiting to argue, we're like, oh, fair enough. But it was, I never wanted this for Tom Kane.
Yeah, it was
Jacob. And then
then
pick it up.
We cut that, and then eventually, when Sean Williams wrote the novel, he called him Galen Merrick.
Right, so there was never really an agreement on what he was called. He was always just Darth Vader Secret Apprentice, and then so Starkiller really became the perfect name for him. But in my world, I was totally unaware that was going to be so latched onto when the game was released. But,
And correct me if I'm wrong, that line of Jacob was switched to Son, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, Son. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I do want to ask, talking about the Wookiees and that original Freedom Fighter game, did that at all influence the absolute badass intro to the game that you play as Darth Vader, just ransacking Kashyyyk?
That's a great question. Did you pay his number? Because call into the band.
It had to, because it's almost like, it's funny, we're working on a project right now.
We are.
Where I know another project that they were thinking about doing, which they decided to move away from. There's an element of that's coming in the project that we're working on right now.
What project is that, Sam?
Mall Shadow Lord comes on Tuesday, Friends, and 2026. Yeah. So there's a thing. There's a big moment in there, and it's absolutely them completing the wish fulfillment of this other project that they were thinking they were going to do for a second before we moved on to Shadow Lord. So, and these projects are so collaborative over there that there is a lot of heart that they allow people to put into it. Right. Some projects it's like, look, say your lines, actor, or
hit this mark.
Right, and I need you to make it sound like this, and blah, blah, and people generally, just kind of stay within the bounds of their job description very strictly. The Lucasfilm stuff hasn't been like that, This guy is throwing all kinds of crazy stuff into Shadow Lord that people did not ask him to do, but when they witnessed it, they were like, or they heard it, they were like, oh, that's great, keep going, that's fantastic, Because it's someone else contributing something that you'd never think of, right? Or again, with Starkiller or Maul or whatever, they've always invited me to be like, well, what do you think? What's your take on this? So it's a wonderful thing about Lucasfilm stuff. It's extremely collaborative. Always really.
And a real testament to Lucasfilm Animation, which is a studio that George built. And they have an incredible pipeline and work process that's been successful for 20 years. We just celebrated the 20th anniversary.
A blind Jedi Order 66 survivor, maybe.
And I blinded them both, the Star Killer and his Maul. Thank you.
I just high-five said what
Kanan and Jumbo Coda.
In terms of legacy of the game, I think Sam does have a better perspective on this because, and I just want to say something about you, if I may, about my friend Sam. I was, The Force Unleashed was a very difficult game in terms of how ambitious it was, and in the end, we were pulling, long hours. Video games are software, and software is unpredictable, and I was working late, and Sam would just call me at he knew I was still in the office at 11 p.m. How's it going, man? How you doing? Oh, I'm good. They want these international mixes by tomorrow morning. You can do it. No, but I'm so tired. You got this. It's going to be great. When I remember when Republic Commando came out, and I read a review that really bummed me out, because when you're working there, you don't know what fans like you think. I would have loved that game as a kid. I would have loved it if I wasn't working on it. But you see a lot of, when you're in the eye of the tornado, you see a lot of the negative and none of the positive, It's a horrible thing about human nature is that we obsess over these things. And Sam would be he would come back from cons and he's like, I'm telling you, David, I saw a lot of Star Killer stuff. I'd be like, you do? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's been saying this for over a decade.
Or I say to him, I saw Republic Commandos at the con. What?
You did?
Yeah, someone built out the costumes. There's Republic Commandos running around
everywhere. Yeah, and so he was really this beacon of hope that was telling me you gotta come. And that's why I started doing celebrations and I remember thinking, I wish the rest of the team could see it because that game is the product of 100 souls working their tails off to try and make something special. They all are. All of these creative endeavors are. There's so much passion, and shout out to the LucasArts team of Force Unleashed and everyone on that team, many of whom, have moved on, but some are still going at ILM and Skywalker Sound, and we're lucky to have been a part of that special project.
David, in a behind-the-scenes featurette, there's a quote that I very much enjoy from you. You say, when you place these characters into the saga, they are so pivotal that you can't imagine the saga without them. I agree, but also for both of you, you are so pivotal that we cannot think of the saga without you. So thank you so much. And guys, Sam Witwer and David
Right after, we stayed for the creator panel featuring Gabe from Gabe's Empire, Carly King, Chanel and Richie from Balance of the Forces, Isabella from Isabella Amidala, and Jake Myers, hosted by Will and Grayson from Determined Focus. After the convention, we decided to check out Umiya. Rebel Scum Con partnered with them, so all attendees received 10% off on all food and non-alcoholic beverages. The food was so good, it honestly felt like we were back in Japan. After dinner, we went back to the hotel and enjoyed one final rips and sips. It was so great getting to hang out with everyone and be surrounded by nothing but Star Wars and fellow fans all weekend long. I truly had the best weekend at Rebel Scum Con, and I can't wait to go back next year.
I'm going over the back.
I mean, you got Pelly, that's a Pop's favorite.
Yeah, the Jawa fucker.
The Jawa banger.
This is why I have to cut you out of every video, bro. You say...
What, honest? I'm honest?
You're brand risk. 80% racist, 20% terrorist.
That's a crazy combo. It's like 90-10.
He'll beat the alligator.
Like
He's Mamacita.
Oh my god. This soy bonita.
Ooh, big baby.
Speaking about mama.
Mamacita.
Back to back. Yeah.
We just saw him down there.
Could have got that sign. Who the fuck is that? Dr. God Poppy?
God Poppy? That's what they call me.
I couldn't see the last few letters.
Ricky.
Yo, Ricky, I found a card I could get autoed for you since I lost the other one.
There it is. She's down there. Oh, she's at the airport.
Yeah, she's with
Josiah.
So, I'm gonna see her next month. Jealous.
We saw her at the con. She was downstairs.
That was a real one. Pull a one-on-one Lizzo. Imagine if you pulled it. How many times I've told you to don't leave? It's been months.
It's been like by 2 months.
Yo, I hope there's a
Fuck
one-on-one
is this
Lizzo
guy?
to teach you a lesson.
Hope there's a one-of-one in here.
Of Lizzo, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another massage.
Biggest op.
24, it's like an hour.
I think like
Ooh, that's nice.
What is that? 199.
Gin to 199.
Cool. Who's sleeping?
Stardust.
Who's sleeving? Tony.
More sleeves.
Right there, right next to you.
Real man sleeves himself.
I don't use sleeves.
I just use other people's sleeves.
That's crazy.
He doesn't use protection.
Alrighty. Well,
The
I don't need to
modifier.
anymore.
Jeez.
Locked in. Speaking of using protection. This is the mommy pack, bro.
Oh, that's a cute Zeb.
Zeb-Aurelius. Ooh, a numbered gear?
Ooh. On solo numbered gear on 25.
That's actually sick.
That's nice.
Another.
The 25, that's good.
The 25?
Yeah.
that's
Who are you, bro?
I'm Himothy.
Sure
Sure
as
as
hell
that guy,
pal. He is that guy.
Sure as hell not LeBron James.
Where's the reflection, though? Which reflection are you gonna pull? Pull one of the ones that he needs.
One of the ones that he needs.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Buybacks. Buybacks go crazy.
Right?
Just be like, yo, we good on the packs? Let's see. Fuck that guy is.
Homegirl.
Yeah.
Other homegirl.
Third home girl.
Third homegirl. Fourth homegirl.
Fuck. It's a trap. It's a trap. No refunds?
Unsatisfied
There's
with order.
75% restocking fee.
Get fucked.
Oh.
Get fucked.
Ooh. Don't touch her.
I'll sleeve that one up too. Thank you, sir.
Who's that poser?
That's it's BP's uncle, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, his uncle's dead.
He was in Star Wars.
Oh, that shit is hard. Damn.
Oh, I know that guy.
I might have heard of him.
Blue?
Blue.
Gareth Zeb-Aurelius.
150.
Nice, nice.
I'll take that for free.
Nah, you good. You have the shit.
Or Zeb?
But see him next month too. Oh, you going to college? Yeah,
I might be going to college. I'm not driving. I'm not driving.
You're so good at it, though.
Yes. We'll find out tomorrow.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Flea.
Oh, yeah, give me that one.
No. I don't have one.
Yes, you did.
No. There's something in the back.
Ooh. That's a nice one.
There you go, bro. It's your favorite guy.
Yeah.
Just crazy, just slides back in the frame.
I got that one.
Another gear?
Uh-oh.
What are you, the gear god?
Oh.
Baz
Wait, is that?
pussy.
Yeah, I want to refund. It gets hit. And the rest
Well,
of
there's one hit. We got an out of 50 insert on the way. Is it Palps?
Nope.
Ooh, Inquisitor.
Nice.
14 out of 50.
Now we're looking for the gold. Just like Nerd did. While driving, while riding in a car. People don't want to run at 100 miles an hour.
It was probably over that.
Chukaka. And all these cards will be coming to a full box near you on Gazer Stream.
You got it.
What's up? on this?
Babu Freaky.
Vader.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a
Vader's
nice
nice.
Vader.
Is that? I heard that's a Kenobi Vader. That's true.
Possibly.
I don't know. He looked a little shinier, yeah.
I don't know. I can't tell. That's my favorite Vader
Is the Obi-Wan?
pose they use for cards. That one in the chrome black.
You want these stop load or not? Good answer.
The Hayden, the cracked, or
You got a blue to 50?
Yeah, the Hayden promotional Vader photos are my favorite.
2.
2 out of 50.
Damn, Vic! What a bully!
No, because again, did you not see his face?
Damn, don't pick on gazers,
Did you
Vic.
not his face? Billy ass
I thought it was the bad
We
card,
should
to be
say
fair.
when you open up bad packs, you got muffed.
Yeah, because he died at ICCC.
Like, yeah.
He died?
Yeah, he died in the car crash.
What?
Wrath is what remains. Hooks.
You got hugs.
Muffed.
You got muffed.
If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or even click to watch one of my other videos, and may the force be with you.